So slow down and enjoy it. And slow down and be in the moment. All the other stuff is gonna be there. I know you got a plan you're trying to achieve. I know you got things you're trying to accomplish. I know you got some special things you want to do with your life, and you're gonna do them. But are you okay doing those things, even if it doesn't happen the way that you intended for it to happen? Even if it doesn't happen the way you thought it was going to happen? Are you willing to do it God's way? And that's hard, man. It's hard to put aside what you've been working so hard on and to be humbled by God when He tells you, I got this. And you let Him in the driver's seat long enough to steer you in the direction that He wants to take you. What's going on, man? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. You're not tuned into the episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast, man. The podcast where we talk about real things with real people. Everything from life to business to mental health and everything else in between. We just finished up our first practice, man. I'm going to be coaching a fourth to fifth grade team, man. Getting back to my community outreach, man. Something I'm doing in partnership with the city here I live in. I really want to get back to being with the kids, man. And that first practice, man, it taught me something. It was such a big lesson, and I want to share it with you. You know, me being so excited to practice with these young boys and these young players. I came in with all of these different plans that I had of what we were going to do, what I was going to teach them, what we were going to work on. Until I got in a moment and I realized something, that they weren't ready for that. And it was in that moment when I realized that I had to slow down a little bit and readjust my plan for them and take them on a different route. Now the thing is that we're still going to end up getting to the same destination of where I want them to be, and that's being the best ball player, the best, athlete and student that they can be. But I think it's kind of how it is in life sometimes. We go into this thing, man, with this plan of how it's gonna be and what we're gonna do and how it's gonna work, and then when we actually get in the midst of it, we realize sometimes that that maybe we need to slow down a little bit. That maybe the plan that we had and what we thought things were going to be and how we thought it was going to be is nothing like that, actually. Yeah. Sometimes we got to slow down a little bit. We get in such a rush. We have all these plans, and all these intentions, and all these things that we want to do. But I guess the real question is what happens when the plan that you had doesn't align with the plan that God had, and that changes everything? Are you willing to let go of the plan that you had in order to follow His will? Are you willing to let go of your own understanding and your own way of thinking in order to let God's way of thinking and His understanding into your heart? Are you willing to walk blindly even when you're afraid, even when you're questioning everything, trusting that it'll all work out for your good? Are you just willing to slow down sometimes? Because I think the reason why we run so fast in life, even when we're not going anywhere. That's the thing, man. We oftentimes get busy and progression confused and think that just because we're literally moving that we're actually going somewhere. When in reality, we're just going nowhere fast. So are you willing to slow down and put your plans to the side and put your pride to the side and put your intentions to the side and put Man, sometimes even your disappointment to the side when what you wanted to happen doesn't happen in order to make room for everything that God is about to make. Because a lot of times we think our plan is so amazing. We think our plan is bulletproof. We think we got it all figured out until you see God's plan and you realize, man, it might not look nothing like mine, but his plan is so much better. And the funny thing is, a lot of times, even though God's plan is different from ours, we still end up in the same destination that we wanted to go to. It just may take a little bit longer. It just may look a little bit differently. It just may have a few detours in there. But overall, man, you accomplishing the same goal. It just wasn't your way. It wasn't on your time. It wasn't your direction. Slow down, man. Sometimes we live our life so fast that we don't even realize how fast it's passing us by. We don't even realize how many memories we never got a chance to cherish. We don't even realize how many times we may have left to even create those type of memories. We don't even realize how many times we have left to talk to our loved ones. We don't even realize how many times we have left to be with the people we love. We don't even realize how many times we have left to laugh and to smile. We don't realize how many times we have left to just do the things that we enjoy. So slow down and enjoy it. And slow down and be in the moment. All the other stuff is gonna be there. I know you got a plan you're trying to achieve. I know you got things you're trying to accomplish. I know you got some special things you want to do with your life, and you're gonna do them. But are you okay doing those things, even if it doesn't happen the way that you intended for it to happen? Even if it doesn't happen the way you thought it was going to happen? Are you willing to do it God's way? And that's hard, man. It's hard to put aside what you've been working so hard on and to be humbled by God when He tells you, I got this. And you let Him in the driver's seat long enough to steer you in the direction that He wants to take you. Because even though you don't know where you're going, even though you may be feeling lost, even though you may be feeling afraid, even though you may be questioning some things, man, if you can just go for the ride, you may look up one day and realize, man, God took you exactly where you wanted to go. He just took you in a direction and He just took you away that you just wasn't familiar with. Took you in a way that you didn't even know existed. And what I mean by that, what that looks like in real life is that you may have really wanted that job. You may really wanted that opportunity, but it didn't work out. You may have really wanted that relationship. You may have really wanted that connection, but it didn't work out. You may really wanted to move to this place or be in this place, but for some reason it just didn't work out. And now you have to detour. Now you have to do something different. And now you have to readjust and have to replan. And you have to learn how to pivot on the fly and do something that you've never done before. And that can be scary. That can be uncomfortable. It can make you question a lot of things. But are you willing to slow down long enough to see why things had to change? To be in the moment. To enjoy those small things. To be able to go with the flow and adapt as things begin to change for you in your life. Because I think if you can do that and let go of your own ego and your own pride and your own understanding of this thing called life, you learn to be a lot happier. You see that things start to flow much smoother than you ever thought that they could. So my challenge to you, man, is just slow down. Be in the moment as much as you can. Be able to adjust and pivot as much as you can. And even when it doesn't make sense, trust that to God it makes perfect sense. He doesn't need you to understand in order for you to follow him. He just needs you to follow. He doesn't need you to understand in order for you to have faith. He just needs you to have faith. He doesn't need you to understand in order for you to believe in him. He just needs you to believe. He doesn't need you to understand in order for you to follow him. He just needs you to come along. And slow down a little bit. Love you, man. Peace. Hey, what's up? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. And I just want to take a quick second just to thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast. And my only goal with this platform is to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you around all things life, business, and mental health, whether it's myself or me bringing on a special guest. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We don't ask for any type of monetary gains or anything like that. The best thing you could do for us is just like and subscribe to the channel. Until next week, we'll see y'all later. Peace.